What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Right Side, and welcome to another episode of the Right Report. Of course, the only piece of news this week is, of course, Donald Trump winning the 2024 presidential election. One of the nastiest election cycles we've seen in quite some time, maybe even nastier than 2016. Donald Trump comes out victorious. I think that the Kamala campaign was uniquely vicious in a way that was unnecessary in creating divisions across the country. Never have we seen a candidate earnestly call their political opponent Hitler and a threat to democracy. Their heated rhetoric led to 2 assassination attempts, one nearly connecting. The biggest losers were not Kamala Harris, but instead the polling establishment, who told us for months and months on end how close this race was going to be. They, on one hand, wanted us to believe that the popular vote was going to be close, while also believing that the Electoral College was going to be close. Of course, you can't have one without the other. When it comes to polling, however, I'll be very interested to see if the polling error was uniquely a Trump effect or if it was more of a Republican populist effect. Or rather, if it was just because the polling establishment is so Democrat, it would have happened to any typical Republican, but it just happens to be Trump, or if Trump is that uniquely difficult to poll. I think it's the latter. Bar none, the polling establishment has a lot of trust to win back with the people. Donald Trump is, of course, going to win all 7 swing states. Even though at the time of recording, Nevada and Arizona has still yet to be called, a huge red wave has swept the country. Probably the red wave that we all expected in 2022. However, states like my home state of New Jersey went from a 16-point lead for Biden in 2020 to a mere 5-point race. Illinois was a single-digit race. California is going to swing to the right by double digits. Same with New York. Florida was whispered by the left to be close, but ultimately went 13 points for Donald Trump. Texas, a state Trump only won by 6 points in 2020, went to him by 14. Hell, Donald Trump flipped the entire city of Miami. Whether we like it or not, this election is going to force the left to take a good, hard look at themselves in the mirror. This election wasn't so close as to lull Democrats into a sense of, oh, well, it was really close, so maybe if, we didn't message hard enough, or if we tweak little things, we could have pulled it out. This was a resounding slap in the face to everything the Democrats have done over the past 4 years. Donald Trump's going to sweep all the swing states. He's going to get a sizable Senate majority, and he's probably going to win the House as well. And a cherry on top, he's going to win the popular vote. I have seen that the Democrats have been blaming these same things that they typically blame when they lose, saying that the electorate was racist and misogynist. Honestly, I hope that Democrats keep doing that. Honestly, I hope Democrats keep playing the blame game on the wrong things. I hope that they think that if only they had a white guy who said the exact same things as Kamala Harris, then everything would have been okay. So please, if you're a Democrat, please keep thinking that this country is too misogynist and racist to save. The fact is, Kamala Harris was the single worst political candidate probably in American history. Kamala Harris was someone who didn't have a plan and also couldn't articulate a good plan even if she had 44% tax on unrealized gains, federally funded sex change operations for illegal immigrants, decriminalizing crossing the border. Kamala Harris was a radical. She was the worst person that you could have ever ran against Donald Trump. Probably even more so than Joe Biden in some cases. Going back to Trump's going to have a sizable Senate majority to get through his entire cabinet. And hopefully with Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito retiring, at least 2 fresh Supreme Court justices, barring anything else happening along the way. The 2028 election is going to be quite interesting because J.D. Vance is going to of course, have the runway of the vice presidency to run on, but Democrats don't really have a very good idea of who's going to win in 2028. I hear whispers of people like Gavin Newsom and Pete Buttigieg. However, I think that if you could find a candidate that was worse than Kamala Harris, probably be Gavin Newsom, the governor of the hellhole known as California. When it comes to Pete Buttigieg, I don't think that the country would respond to a gay establishment figure like Pete very well. I think 2 people that could make decent headway in the primary process is Andy Beshear, who's the Democratic governor of Kentucky, and Josh Shapiro, who is, of course, the Democratic governor of Pennsylvania. I think one of the most powerful takeaways from this election is how well Trump did across the really strong demographics. Trump tightened up in just about every single way you can imagine. The youth vote, the black male vote, the Hispanic vote, almost everything. This was a true red wave that Republicans have been waiting for years. And I can only hope that with a Republican presidency, Republican House, and Republican Senate, the first 2 years of the Trump administration will be so effective and powerful that we could arm and kind of solidify an entire generation of young conservatives to be hard, strong conservatives for their entire lives. A true Reagan-esque revolution of an entire generation. And I'll tell you one thing, these young men who shifted towards Trump in huge margins are not going to go back to the Democratic Party so easily. So whether they voted for Trump or not, we must remember as conservatives that we aren't just making our gas and groceries cheaper, we're doing it for everyone, whether they voted for Trump or not. The best revenge is success. And I think that the best way to move forward is to bring the country together, unify the country through success. Let's have energy, not independence, but dominance. Let's have a strong border that we can parade around and be proud of our sovereignty. Let's have low energy prices. Let's have low housing costs. Let's have cheap groceries again. Let's have healthy food again. Let's have healthy food again with RFK. Let's slash wasteful spending with Elon Musk. I want this second Trump administration to unify the country with success, both economic, cultural, geopolitical, the whole 9 yards. I can say for myself, I'm absolutely ecstatic for a second Trump administration. Bar none. Trump's going to have enough of a Senate majority, like I said perhaps earlier, to get his entire cabinet through, and hopefully Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito will retire so we can replace them with 2 fresh judges. Honestly, I want this second Trump administration to be a masterclass of the executive branch. Reinstitute all of the border executive orders that we did in the first administration. Let's gut the agencies, but most importantly, we need to unify as a country. We need to welcome those who may have voted against, and the best way we do that is, like I said, through success. Republicans get to take the next few months to kind of recuperate from a very stressful campaign, while the Democrats have 2 to 4 years of intense re-strategizing to do to find out how the hell you bounce back after this devastating of a loss. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you'd like to support and help the channel grow, please subscribe and ring the bell to stay updated with all my uploads. Finally, whether you agree or disagree, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I look forward to engaging with you guys in respectful and thoughtful discussions. With that said, see you guys next video. See ya.